This is the Royals POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Kansas City Royals. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome in. We are back with another edition of the Royals POSTCAST, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Chance Liebau, and I'm here to bring you reaction to every single Royals game the rest of the way this season. You can follow me on Twitter at Chance Liebau. It's right there by my display name. If you can't spell it, it's right there for you. Check us out on Twitter. If you can't make a show live, don't worry. These episodes get posted on the podcast pages, whether that's Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of those, or you can watch it after the fact on YouTube. So don't worry if you can't make a show live, but we encourage you to do so. And if you are here, remember to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so that you get an alert whenever we go live. We appreciate you all for joining the show. Be sure to hop in the comments section. And this is going to be a fun podcast because, yeah, the boys are playing some ball. This has been a long time coming for the Royals to win a series. It's been a while, been since the first edition of this postcast when we did the Cardinals series. But right now the Royals are cooking offensively and with the pitching staff. It feels like things are going right for Kansas City as the Royals continue to inch closer in the wild card standings as they are now 36-38. And they can go for a series sweep tomorrow against the Rangers bullpen game going up against Maikel Garcia, who has been stellar this season. So that is what's coming up in the next couple of days. Now let's talk about what you'll be talking about.
This is what you'll be talking about.
When it comes to pretty much all sports, but I think that football is the one for me when I talk about a team that can win a Super Bowl or a team that can win a championship, whatever your goal is. But if you want to be a championship level team in football, the comparison I make is you have to be able to win a game in multiple different ways. You have to be able to win different styles of games. You have to be able to get out early and be able to hold a lead. You have to be able to come back and take a lead after trailing all game. You have to be able to win a shootout. You have to be able to win a low-scoring ball game. There are so many ways that you can win games in every different sport. But tonight was the best I've seen from the Royals offense when trailing in a while. Last night, the Royals got out early. Seth Lugo took the mound with a 3-0 lead. Haven't seen that in a long time. Tonight, the Royals were down 2-0 after the first inning. They go down 2-0. And you're kind of thinking, okay, did we overreact a little bit to last night? Did we get a little bit too far ahead of ourselves in declaring the Royals back? You know, tonight they go down 2-0 early. Kris Bubic didn't have his best command, was missing a lot to the middle. And so you're kind of worried. Okay, did we jump the shark here a little bit? Instead, you get Bobby Witt Jr. getting things going for the offense. You get Jonathan India continuing to get on base. And more than anything, Maikel Garcia continues to just be a player that I think is invaluable to this team going forward. I continue to think that Maikel Garcia is not only a key player going forward, he is a building block, one of the 3 building blocks on this team with Jack Caglione, who didn't play tonight, Bobby Witt Jr., and Maikel Garcia. Those are the 3 guys you build around because that is a core 3 that not a whole lot of teams can rival. Jack likes to talk about those guys that are 25 and under, and that's those 3. Not many teams can boast a group that good at 25 or under, and Cags has not even tapped into his potential yet. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. But tonight we saw Maikel Garcia had a big 3-run home run to really get the offense going. So they get out to a 4-2 lead. They get Kris Bubic in some command. And honestly, Bubic didn't have his best stuff tonight. Kris Bubic still finishes his day with 6 strikeouts. He gave up 9 hits. He was missing a lot towards the middle. But, hey, it's a big ballpark. Arlington is huge. It is really hard to hit the ball out. It's really easy to get it into the alleys. But what we saw from Kris Bubic tonight was him fighting. He really fought tonight. He was fighting his command a little bit. He was fighting the lineup. I was really happy with what I saw from him on the mound because we haven't seen him yet this season respond well to adversity. He's been dominant multiple times this season. But the one thing we haven't seen from him just yet is him winning and being, what we've seen from Kris Bubic, being that after he gets roughed up a little bit. Didn't have his best command early. Didn't have his strikeout stuff. The fastball was missing middle a lot. So that is kind of what you could be kind of concerned about with Kris Bubic, because it was the same way last week against the Yankees. If you remember back, he was missing a lot in the middle against the Yankees. It was why he was kind of getting teed off on. But I think that he'll be just fine. I really do. I don't think that the first couple months of the season, the first 2 months, was a fluke at all. I think this is who Kris Bubic is. I think he's a frontline 2 or 3 starter for this team, for any team, really. And I know a lot of people were saying, trade Kris Bubic. I don't know why you would. This guy is a legitimate, I don't want to say ace, but a guy that you can give the ball to in a series down 1-0 and feel very confident about being able to dig yourself out of a hole. So you get that. You get the early offense from Maikel Garcia, giving them the 4-2 lead. Then the Rangers get closer. Bubic gives up the run in the 6th, gets pulled. Schreiber comes in, slams the door. Really happy with that. But then after that, you're kind of on your toes. Lucas Erceg doesn't – he makes things really, really interesting in the 7th inning. Getting a runner all the way to 3rd with 1 out. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. You get a double play. Tip the cap to Lucas Erceg right there for being able to do that. So you get that. And so you're still feeling like you're sitting on pins and needles, because now your best relief pitcher, Lucas Erceg, has already thrown his inning, and you still got to get through 2 more. But what does the Royals offense do? Well, by God, they add 2 more. They get Maikel Garcia with a triple in the 8th. That gets the offense really going. And then John Rave, who, I mean, you can say all you want about Q and his spreadsheets. I know that's a talking point for some reason. Everybody uses spreadsheets. It's 2025. Everybody uses Excel. That's what happens. Matt Quatrero going small ball, bunting John Rave to win to get an extra run. I don't hear anybody talking about how that was a good decision, because everybody likes to be all big and mad at Q. He dials up a perfect safety squeeze play to score a run, and I mean, that's small ball. That's what the fans have been begging for some reason, and it gets the job done. Everybody thinks that Matt Quatrero's some 2032 kind of manager who sees the game in such a futuristic way. He is, I mean, he makes analytical decisions, as everyone does in their day-to-day, but he also knows how to win a game the Royal way, which is stealing bags. The Royals stole a couple of bags tonight, was aggressive on the bases. They also had the squeeze bunt play to score a run. That was massive. That gave them just another addition of a run, something that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, the Royals aren't doing. They're not adding a run there. They're sitting on their hands and praying that the combination of Estevez, Erceg, and Cruz can get you through the final 3 frames. Instead, they add a run. They play it like they're playing from behind, which I love. So I was very happy with the way Q managed this game. Say what you want about how he manages the bullpen. Lucas Erceg faced the middle of the order in the 7th, and it was the best decision for this team. That is what was one of the differences in the game. I'm not saying I don't think Steven Cruz gets out of that, but Lucas Erceg, using him as the fireman and just kind of the fire extinguisher, I think that's the best way to use your best relief pitcher in 2025. And I was really happy with the way things panned out for the Royals, and Matt Quatrero managed a heck of a ball game tonight. When we come back, we will talk a little bit about the game to come. It'll be Michael Wacha going up against the bullpen game. I'll give you my thoughts on that game, because tomorrow it will not be me on the postcast. I'll tell you why when we come back on Locked On Royals and the Royals postcast. Taking a look at the sponsors of today's video. First, Supply House. Get the supplies you need from the site made for skilled trades. Supply House. Whether you're in plumbing, HVAC, or electrical work, Supply House is the reliable way to order products online. Their easy-to-use website is packed with helpful resources and the latest product info to help you get the job done right. Plus, with a complete inventory of over 200,000 parts from 400 top brands, you'll find exactly what you need, delivered fast from coast to coast. Need help with your order? Supply House offers expert support and industry-leading service, so you'll always talk to a real person. And for trade pros looking for that extra edge, their free Trade Master program offers exclusive perks like a dedicated phone line, free shipping, and discounts on every order. Thousands of skilled professionals are already taking advantage. Now it's your turn. Join the Trademaster program today at supplyhouse.com/TM and start ordering plumbing, HVAC, and electrical supplies with just a few clicks. Plus, use promo code SH5 for 5% off your first order. That's supplyhouse.com. Our next sponsor is OpenPhone. If you're running a business, you know that every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a service emergency, like a burst pipe. If the first plumber didn't answer, did you wait? No, you called the next one. That's why having a reliable business line is so important, and that's why you need OpenPhone. OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system that helps you streamline and scale customer communication, all from an app on your phone or computer. Did you juggle 2 phones just to keep business and personal calls separate? OpenPhone solved that instantly. OpenPhone is offering Locked On Royals listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/lockedonmlb. That's openphone.com/lockedonmlb. And if you have existing numbers with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed customers. Michael Walker will take the hill tomorrow, and while he hasn't been spectacular in his last 2 starts, he's been a little bit suspect to the long ball, which is it's going to happen. He's a little bit older. He's a changeup fastball guy. That tends to happen on occasion. But he's going up tomorrow against a Rangers team that now finds themselves scuffling. And how are they responding? Well, the Rangers are going to bounce back, and they're going to go with the bullpen game. And I think that bodes well for the Royals. Actually, I'm not going to say I think it bodes well for the Royals. I don't think it bodes well for the Royals, and here's why. Matt Quatraro is so dead set on righty-lefty splits. It's going to be interesting to see how he manages that tomorrow, because the Rangers are just going to be able to stack righties or lefties in the inning, depending on who Q throws out in the lineup. So we didn't see Jack Caglione today, of course, with a lefty Patrick Corbin on the mound. I would imagine he's in the lineup tomorrow, but I would also imagine that Jack Caglione sees a lot of left-handed pitchers. It would not surprise me, and this is maybe getting a stretch out there because the Royals lineup's been playing well recently. But if you move Caglione up in the lineup, if you move him away from lefties in the lineup, let's say, you move him up to 6, so he's not the guy leading off an inning with Isbell in the 3-hole, because guess what they're going to do? They're going to they're going to throw a lefty that inning. So it wouldn't surprise me if they maybe move Cags up a spot, but I doubt it, just to make sure that he has that lefty protection, just in case. I mean, this is getting really crazy, but I would imagine that it's going to be a little bit more of a challenge tomorrow for the Royals to play it off, to be good offensively, at least as good as they were today, because the fact that they're going to be able to play platoon is what the Rangers are going to do. You're going to see a lot of lefties facing Vinny. Same thing for Cag, same thing for Isbell. Maybe Q goes with a righty-heavy lineup and Cags and Vinny in just preparing for a potential lefty pitcher coming in out of the bullpen. But it'll be interesting to see what he does. But for me, tomorrow, you will not hear from me. Tomorrow, it'll be Jack doing the postcast. My full-time job requires me to be away from watching the Royals, so I won't be able to give you a postcast tomorrow. I'm deeply sorry. I really enjoy doing these, so it is not exactly what I wanted. I'd rather be here talking to you guys. It's really fun being able to do this and react to Royals baseball, especially when they're winning. So it will not be me tomorrow. It will be Jack back in this saddle. He'll be doing a live show. I sent him over the instructions, so he should be doing this live. But look out for Jack here. Be sure to, if you're new here, if this is your first time, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, because I would imagine tomorrow Jack will have a postcast for you. But if things, if technology is doing what technology does, which is failing, then maybe that doesn't happen. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. This has been a really fun last couple of days. The Royals playing some good baseball. Thank you guys for hopping in the comments. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so that you know when we go live each time. That'll do it for me. I'm Chance Liebau. This has been the Royals Postcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network.